Hi everyone. This video is going to show you how to do some basic edits in QuickTime Player in case there were some edits that maybe whatever software package you used didn't have available. Let's just review those things. If you used Zoom to record your videos and then you downloaded those show up in your downloads folder, and typically they have a GMT name, and then your name is inside of it. So that's where those files will get downloaded. And with Zoom, you had absolutely no editing capabilities. So if everything's perfect in your video, which in mine it never is, but if your video is perfect, you could begin to upload those videos to YouTube right now. But what this video is going to show you is how to do a few edits. If you used Screencastify, those are going to come down when you downloaded. Those are going to come into your downloads folder, and they typically will have an untitled name to them, unless of course you named them during the process. But typically they'll have an untitled name, and that's okay because that's not important at this point. And then finally, if you used Loom, those come into your downloads folder. They have the name Loom in them, so that's kind of identifiable. But those files come into your downloads folder as well. Now, Screencastify, although just like Zoom has no capabilities, Screencastify has just the capabilities to edit out the beginning and the end in case you made a couple of blunders. Loom has a little bit more where you can edit out the beginning and the end if you made some blunders, and you can also edit little blunders out of the middle. QuickTime Player, if you were one that was leaning towards QuickTime Player and you watched those videos, you learned how to create screencasts, you learned how to create video recordings, you also learned how to create those edits, much like Loom has the availability to edit out the beginning, edit out the end, edit out the middle. What I'm going to show you now is a review for my QuickTime Player people, a little bit of review for how to make your edits. But for our Loom, our Zoom, and our Screencastify, these are some nice features in case you need to do some additional edits. And then finally, for everyone, I'm going to show you how to combine two video clips together so that you can join, let's say, maybe a screencast with a video recording to create one video for your students. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a sample video. I have one out on my desktop. I'm just going to open it up by double clicking on it. And you could be opening any one of these files to do these edits. All of them will open up in QuickTime Player. So I'm just going to open up sample 2. Okay, so sample 2 is a video recording, and let's say and for my QuickTime Player people, you saw me edit this one before, but I'm just kind of doing it a little bit more for the other people that maybe didn't watch the QuickTime Player video. So basically what you do is you kind of watch the video. So I'm not going to watch it because then you'll hear it and that might be a little distracting, but let's assume you're watching the video. Okay. And let's say you blundered at the beginning. You just drag the cursor where you ended your blunder. You go up to the edit menu and choose split clip. What happens is you get this little timeline that shows up, and you now actually have 2 clips. This is where you split it right here. I'm going to click this clip because that's my blunder, and I'm just going to hit the big delete key on my keyboard, and it's gone. I then take this little red vertical bar, and let's say somebody walked in my classroom midstream. Okay, let's say this is where they walked in. I'm going to split clip. And this is where they walked out. And then after that, I picked back up where I left off, like I deep breath and started over again. I never paused or quit my video. I just let it roll, and that person came into my classroom. So I'm going to go to Edit, Split Clip. I'm going to take that blunder, or when that person came into my classroom, or when my phone rang, and I'm just going to delete it. Once I've done all those split clips and deleted any blunders, deleted anything off the beginning, deleted anything off the end, I simply click the done. I close. I give it a name, and I'm going to call it Sample Fixed. Okay. And I'm going to click Save. It's going to take just a couple of, anywhere from a few seconds to a long time, based on how many edits I just made. So I now have Sample Fixed. I'm accumulating a lot of videos, aren't I? So this is the one with all the blunders. I don't need that. I can put that in the trash. And I'm going to give you a little nugget here. The shortcut to put something in the trash is Command and the big delete key. Now you can right click and say move to trash, or you can physically drag it to the trash. But this one, the sample 2, is my blunder one. I don't want it anymore. So I'm just going to put it in the trash. Gone. This is my sample fixed. So let's say I have a sample fixed now. I have a good edited version of that video. Okay, I'm going to open that back up. But let's say I want to tack sample 3 onto the end of that clip. I'm going to go to my clip, my sample fixed video. I'm going to go to Add Clip to End. I'm going to go get that sample 3 video. I'm going to say choose media. It is going to add that clip right to the end. I can edit this clip if I want. Here's my little red playhead. Okay, I just need to grab it. Okay, I just need to grab it. I had to play it a little bit to get it to be able to grab it. I drag it over here. Oh, I blundered right here. Edit, split clip. When did I finish my blunder? Right there. Edit, split clip. Delete it. Boom. I've just taken out my blunder. When I'm all done putting clips together, splitting clips and editing out blunders, I click done. I've got to close it and save it. And that's the only way. I've got to close it and then give it a good name. So I'm going to call this Sample Combined Fixed. So I'll just call it all of that. I click Save. It's got to edit it. So again, depending on how much I did, that's going to take up a certain amount of time. Okay, so now I have sample fixed and sample 3, which guess what? I don't need anymore because I combined them and I edited them, and now I've got sample combined fixed. So I can take sample 3, I can take sample fixed, and I can put them in the trash. And now I'm left with the end product sample combined fixed. So that shows you the edit capabilities of QuickTime Player, of both editing a video and combining multiple videos together. Each time I have to resave the video, and then I just get rid of the old versions because all the new stuff is now then in that new edited combined fixed version. Now we're going to talk about finally editing. Now we're going to talk about finally uploading that video to YouTube. So I have this video that could have been directly from Zoom, directly from Loom, directly from Screencastify, directly from QuickTime Player, or it could have been a variety of edited versions of that video. So again, it will all depend on A, how good you are at creating your videos first time around. You know me, I edit because I blunder all the time. But the main idea is you've got this video that you're ready to share, this instructional recorded video. How do I get that up to YouTube? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this tab right here. I'm going to go to YouTube. Now, the other day, I asked all of you to create a YouTube channel. If you did not create a YouTube channel, you're going to click on your little icon. And remember, this item right here is going to say create channel, create your channel. But if you already created your channel, it's going to say your channel. So I'm going to click on your channel because I want to go to my channel. Now I have some videos already up there that are my videos, and they may be public, they may be unadvertised, unlisted. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. But regardless, you might have no videos in there now, or you might have tons of videos. So the key thing is once you've got your video channel created, your YouTube channel created, you're going to click this little icon right here where it says it's a camera with a plus sign inside, and you're going to select upload video. And what you're going to do is you're going to go and select the video, or you can just simply drag it over to this window. So I always do the select files. I don't know why. I'm going to select the sample fixed, the sample combined fixed, and then click open. So I'm going to come to the screen, and all of this, by the way, remember, is in the Google Doc that I shared with you on the day that we met last week. You're going to give it a name. Now, I tend to put no spaces when I name my documents. Okay, so I would name it, and it could be Unit 2, Section 1. It could be, whatever name you want to give it. In the instructions, it tells you to go down and select, yes, it's made for kids. And then it tells you in the directions to just simply click next, which I'm going to do. The directions in the Google Doc say click next. You don't have to worry about anything on this screen. Don't worry about it. I'm going to click next. Now, here is where we have to talk a little bit about how we're uploading these videos to YouTube. If it's an instructional video and it's your instruction, it's no students' faces or voices, that can be public. If it's your video and there's no students or faces, you might want to make that unlisted. Maybe you're choosing to not have your videos searchable and findable by anybody, and that's totally up to you. Some people are going to make their instructional videos public, and other people are going to make their instructional videos unlisted. But as we have been investigating, can we put videos on YouTube that have our students' faces and voices? If that holds true to be okay, which we're almost there, we're very close to feeling like we have a good plan, you're going to have to make that video private. And I will tell you that I will have more information, more steps, more directions if that's the case. So for this video, because it's your instructional video, it's your instructional recorded video, your preloaded video, your front-loaded video, I would say that you're going to make it either unlisted if you so choose or public if you so choose. I'm going to make this one unlisted just so you can see what happens. Notice the link already shows over here. So while the video is processing, you can be copying that YouTube link and getting your Schoology or your Google Classroom assignment or whatnot set up. So you can copy that link right now. That's going to be the link always. So I'm going to make this unlisted. I'm going to go over here and copy the link so it's on my clipboard. And then I'm going to click Save. This screen is very important. You can't close this tab. This tab has to stay open while your YouTube video uploads. It will take a certain amount of time depending on how long your video is. This video that I'm uploading is pretty short, so I'm not really concerned about it taking too awfully long. Now, I could minimize this screen. I can just put it in the background and go and do something else. You know, go back to my Finder window or whatnot. It doesn't have to be in the front. It just has to stay open. I cannot close this tab or I will interrupt the upload. What does it look like once I've got it up? If I click the plus sign and I go to YouTube and I go to my channel, they begin to look like this. The place you want to go to check things out a little bit deeper is your YouTube Studio. If you click on YouTube Studio and then click on your videos on the left-hand side, you'll see all of your videos that you've uploaded. And so you can see the videos that I've uploaded over the course of time, whether they are unlisted or public, and you can change those on the fly. You can change them and republish. So if you want one that maybe you uploaded something as private and you want to make it now public, you can do that at any time down the line. So you can you can click on the arrow and make that particular video public. So, and then you can see, here's the one that's pending. You can see it in uploading. If I can't roll over it or else it covers it, but you can see my sample combined fixed video. It's pretty close to being done uploaded, and then it needs to process. So you can just watch it as it's going. But again, remember, you can put the link, we copied the link to your clipboard, and you can go put that into your Schoology course or your Google Classroom. And then when it's done processing, you can see now it's beginning to process. When it's done processing, it will then be ready to play for your students. So it does take a little bit of front loading. I would strongly recommend that you don't think you're going to create this video 5 minutes before your students are supposed to watch it, because it does take some time to process. And again, the length of time it takes depends on how long the video is. So that is taking your video and uploading it to your YouTube channel.